Did you just see, like, the thing she stepped over? It kind of seems like a barrier which can be, like, gotten up. Oh boy. And hey, that's her. Like, less red hair, though. More brownish. Or, well, brown.
Your performance exceeded anything seen before in the junior class. It was absolutely stunning.
Or is that her sister?
But you'll be entering high school soon. Will that impact your career in gymnastics? Oh, I have no intentions of stopping. It's my dream to compete and win at the international level.
It really does sound like her, though.
How wonderful. One last question. Is there anyone you'd like to give a shout out while you have the chance? My younger sister. She should be here in the stadium.
What?
Oh, there she is. Sumire.
Eh? Eh?
Sumire! I did it!
But I mean, they're the same person.
Both of us have the same dream, to be international champions.
They even sound the same.
Stop.
Let's make it come true, Sumire. Together!
Stop it!
But is... I mean, for once, I do notice that they have kind of similar names, because like Sumi is part of both their names. I'm just like, is Kasumi actually Sumire? But why? What would be the reason for that? To get like more distance to her sister dying, so she assumed her identity? And that's what her father called her. It started with an S and ended with RE. Maybe it was just like calling her that, and her warped cognition just cancels that out. I'm just not 100% sure why. And I mean, if that's the case, then it's been going for a very long time, because we just know her as Kasumi. But just to get like more distance? Is that it? Like emotional distance to her sister passing? Wait, is Kasumi Sumire? I think so. He changed her memories? Haruki changed her memories. But why? That was the best he could do? I also sometimes do hear like some audio bugs, so I'm just going to tab out and tab in again. And that's why she also can't handle, that is why you have those flashes. She can't handle anything which kind of shows her or reminds her that she's not Kasumi, that Kasumi died. But why is it helping her to pretend to be Kasumi? Why did Maruki do that? I can't believe he did that for evil reasons.
Yoshizawa-san? I
really hope this helped you understand.
And that's Maruki.
A man's voice.
If you keep pushing on like this, you're going to find nothing but heartache.
Well, therapy is about searching for true things and then handle them and overcome them. Maruki, you should know that.
Please, won't you stop fighting this and just return to the current reality?
Nothing but heartache, huh? I don't understand what you're saying, but I have no intention of leaving now.
Yes, come on, you go. Let's call her Yoshizawa for the moment.
We are in agreement there. We also refuse to do as you say. Now why don't you drop the big voice behind the curtain act and face us directly?
As you wish.
I wonder how he looks like his... I mean, his palace ruler form, right?
Head on down. I'll meet you there.
He agreed to that much more readily than I expected. Perhaps the palace's ruler really will make his appearance.
But then again, Sai was the same And it wasn't easier. What about Kasumi?
Thanks for your concern. But I'm fine, really.
Why?
Let's go.
Well, the road to hell is paved for good intentions and so on.
Kasumi Yoshizawa, eh?
Well, yeah.
I'll reveal your true form.
Interesting that we actually have to fight the enemies now.
We've got them surrounded. This enemy is a
I still want Killer Daddy. Teddy.
There.
Well, oops.
Persona!
I'm still not sure what their weakness might be.
Yoshizawa-san just killed two enemies. Who can do better?
Don't say anything to the
Show
pub.
them our real power!
That's the landing!
Killer Daddy, what the heck?
Okay.
It's late.
If our enemies really are this weak, they won't even be good practice.
But do you hear that? The sound kind of seems sometimes a little bit buggy, and I'm not sure why. Or it's just my headset. Do you hear that? Oh, wow.
Is
And a
he
white
this
suit.
palace's...
And
It's been quite a while, hasn't it?
Dr. Maruki?
he actually doesn't look like that different. I like his fluffy hair more though.
Glad to see you're all doing well.
He doesn't even have like yellow eyes. Didn't the palace rulers all have like yellow eyes?
I pretty much figured that you would end up infiltrating this place.
I've heard some audio strangeness, but maybe it's just part of the warped reality. Might also be, but then it's really random. Let's just tell it like that. He looks normal, right?
Truth be told, this isn't how I was hoping we would meet again.
Dr. Maruki, you're the ruler of this palace?
And how are you using a palace to like warp reality?
Palace?
A place where distorted desires manifest. We're asking if you're the source of the desires here.
Ah, I see.
Curious.
Well, to use your own words, yes, I am this palace's ruler.
But I guess he just didn't know the term, right?
But in my case, it seems a tad different from the ones you've seen.
Would we also be correct in believing that you're involved in the abnormalities outside the palace as well?
Yes, you would. Do you like the reality I created for you?
You created it?
That is insanely powerful.
That's right. I've gained the power to alter reality, to make it whatever the people wish for.
Curious. I knew it. But I mean, from what I know so far, I mean, he seems like a villain, and I think he also is a villain. But he seems to at least try to do the good thing, right? I didn't wish for this.
Is that how you really feel? The old reality was cruel and unfair. The truth is, Yoshizawa-san suffers immense pain each and every time she taps into her forgotten past.
These audio bugs also seem to be like really random, but I don't think they're intentional. I'm just going to restart the game next time we can save.
My past? Dr. Maruki, what do you mean? What's happened to me?
Holding on to hope, Ethan. Always. But I mean, okay, come on. Do you really think he's doing that to be evil? Because I would say, like the other palace rulers, like with the exception of Futaba, obviously, well, obviously didn't try to do something good. And I would say, from what we know so far, Maruki's actually trying to do something good, even though it's like controlling and like, what the heck.
Alright. I had honestly hoped that all those warnings you were given would change your minds. But if it's your true desire, then I want you to recall who you really are.
And she is Samira.
And I want you two to learn as well. Once you have, you'll need to choose between the two realities. The merciless one, or the one I've formed.
Maruki wants to change the world for the better, but his methods aren't that good. Yeah, I would agree on that. And I mean, he's changing it no matter if you want to or not. He sounds insane. I alter reality to what I think is best for you. This guy is Madara with the Kung Fu. Without. I was just like, what? I mean, in the end, he asked what they think is best for them. That's what he collected in like all those therapy counseling sessions, right? And that's also what he's doing here in the palace, like asking people. Maruki's kind and he has snacks. Yeah, right? Don't forget the snacks. He definitely seems like way more grey than like all the other villains in the game. And if they offer snacks, they can't be that bad. Don't get too close to like white vans, please.
Today was brutal, huh? Oh. Feeling okay? It's not that. Why am I doing so bad? I keep messing up my routine. Your growth spurts just changed your eye level. You'll get used to it. Look, you're as tall as I am now.
I'm so confused too, Sue.
We practice the same amount. But you are the one who always gets first place. I can't catch up to you, Kasumi. You know why? Because it's my right as the elder sister. We're in the same grade, though. Oh, don't be so down. We'll reach the top of the world together. That's our dream, right? You don't get it, huh? You'll never understand how I feel. What? Kasumi, if I were like you, things would be so much better.
Yeah, they're twins apparently.
Hey, wait up! Kasumi's the one that people want. Look where you're going! The light's red! Hey! The talented one who can reach the top of the world. Sumire, stop!
Oh, no.
Listen to me! Sumire!
Oh gosh. Oh, horrible.
What? Kasumi.
Maybe it has the impression that Kasumi can still fulfill her dreams. And that's why she takes that role. Gosh, how horrible. I didn't see that coming when she was introduced to us. Oh boy. Wow, what a great counselor, Maruki.
Seems you remembered.
Hey, for you to accept this, let me traumatize you again. What a dick.
That's right.
can't we say Sumire? Kasumi.
Kasumi?
The whole game everyone calls her Yoshizawa-san, Joker. It's the only one who ever calls her Kasumi. You're right. That's quite cool. Detail I didn't catch up on at... I sometimes wonder why like no one calls her Kasumi. But it was more like a, everyone's so formal and, well...
No, that's not right. I'm not Kasumi.
The girl named Kasumi Yoshizawa is currently deceased.
And that's why Akechi was wondering as well. And probably also why he was like, how long do you know each other?
It was last spring, before I started at Shujin. We were walking home from practice. It happened right there, on that street in the video. I wasn't looking where I was going. And Kasumi, she protected me from the car. I was saved by Kasumi. I robbed her of her dreams, and even her life. I'm her younger sister, Sumire Yoshizawa.
To make her dreams come true, she becomes Kasumi.
I'll take over from here.
Yeah, great. As if...
After all, I do play a part in this story.
What the heck, Maruki?
Her real name is Sumire Yoshizawa. She's Kasumi-san's younger sister. But for months now, she's only seen herself as being Kasumi Yoshizawa, her deceased elder sister. Of course, it was only her cognition of herself that changed, so to the people around her, she was still Sumire-san.
So that was the beginning of using his powers. Just changing a single cognition, and now he's changing completely, like, reality.
For some reason, though, there were a few rare exceptions to this. Did something happen to make you believe she was Kasumi-san?
I mean... Didn't she also introduce herself as that? It seems to be a Shujin Academy pocketbook. The name Kasumi Yoshizawa is written inside.
It appears you were clueless, but she was Sumire Yoshizawa from the start.
He's been tampering with her mind this whole time? Oof.
However, when we watched that other video, she gave her name as Kasumi Yoshizawa. Considering such an odd claim, I'd actually suspected for a moment that she was the palace ruler.
When Ruki was driving the car. Oh boy.
After Kasumi died, but before I started at Shujin, I received counseling from Dr. Maruki. That was when I told him, if Kasumi is gone and can't make her dream come true, then I want to become Kasumi, so I can turn her dream into reality for her.
Yeah, that sounds kind of like an unhealthy coping mechanism, and I'm not even a therapist.
So that's why you meddled with her cognition? For her own wishes?
And I mean, in the end, then you never face the things, right? You always run away.
That's right.
You're a bad therapist.
Limited as it was, I already had the power at the time to actualize her wish.
How did he become more powerful while talking to us?
Put yourselves in her shoes for a moment. Sumire-san's older sister died from protecting her. Imagine surviving such a dismal tragedy. Who would be able to cope with that survivor's guilt, let alone heal from the emotional scarring that she suffered?
I'm 100% with you that that's horrible. But yeah, therapy and learning how to do that. time.
If Sumire-san can live a healthy, positive life by becoming Kasumi-san, then I believe that reality is what would make her happy.
But with that, I would say what makes Maruki a villain is not his aims, but his methods. Just as like Ozumano-chan said. But that's not healthy, you're really bad at your job. Yeah, it's just like, hey, let's ignore that. Let's embrace delusion. But the only thing I would give him is he seems to mean well. And I do believe him that. It doesn't change that he's a villain.
I've had enough of your high and mighty rationalization. All you really did was use her to try and make everyone acknowledge the validity of your research.
Oof.
So that's how you see things, huh? That's quite unfortunate. Of course I wanted society to acknowledge cognitive science through my research.
Did he publish stuff about her?
But that's because my goal is to save everyone in the world like Yoshizawa-san by ending all suffering.
I don't think you can end all suffering without like total control. So the thing is, the whole game, the Phantom Thieves were changing people to make things better, and we are fine with that, but the second Maruki does the same thing. Well, I think there's a main difference there. I mean, there's a point in that, of course. But I mean, the difference is the people whose hearts we change are like really bad criminals and really hurting other people. And not like people hurting themselves and we don't ask them for permission. Because I mean, the only person whose heart we changed who wasn't a villain was Futaba, but Futaba asked us. But way different methods, approaches, right? Yeah, very different targets, I would say. That's for me the main difference. But I mean, I also do see where Maruki's coming from.
My work will convert the wishes of the people into reality. Even as we speak, my research is coming to fruition. No one will ever have to suffer again under the yoke of an unfair world.
I mean, it's a perfect illusion, right?
This palace, you called it? It's a place where its ruler's desires take physical form, yes?
And somehow you increase the reach.
I wish to utilize my research to save humanity. I suppose that would be the desire I hold dearest.
So what happens if I wish for something evil and it's my ultimate desire? Does that happen? I don't think so, because I mean, his main thing is to prevent people hurting, right? So I think that would be the limit. But I mean, also thing I said earlier, I think, is how does that work if like people have opposing wishes? People are complex, of course. And I mean, I don't know. Very stupid example. Your ultimate wish is for, but then again, it's not about hurting. But yeah, I would just imagine that would clash. And be it something stupid as like, I want like 20 flavors of vanilla ice cream. And someone else is like, I hate vanilla ice cream and never want to eat it again. Or see it again. The Phantom Thieves never asked Kamoshida for his permission to change him, but Maruki does what the people want. I would say the difference is, as I said, that Kamoshida was not someone who was like hurt and suffering, but like really making others suffer. That makes a huge difference in my opinion. And I mean, Maruki does what the people want to some degree, but no one actually ever like accepts, right? No one's like, okay, change my heart. And like Futaba. Maybe Kasumi did that, sure. But as a therapist, you should know better, I'd say. And he's not fulfilling wishes, he just does what he wants. If he doesn't allow the bad to go with the good, it's his will, not the works. Maruki isn't granting all wishes, he's granting the one wish he thinks will make your life better. Yeah, and I mean Maruki's also like gathering intel on what's that for you, right? Anyway.
What total nonsense.
This sounds like a topic where you could really talk about like in length about.
You could very well be right. Still, I'm entirely serious about changing our imperfect reality.
And I think another thing is power corrupts, especially if it's just like one person.
Just as she was saved by becoming Kasumi, I'll save every other person in the world currently suffering. In fact, it's my responsibility to do so. You can see how this world's bestowed the duty upon me.
Just like the Phantom Thieves did with Kamoshida. But don't you see the difference between Kamoshida as a target and like Sumire? Is that truly salvation?
The cruelties of history will vanish, and everyone will live their lives just as they've always dreamed them to be. If you don't call that salvation, then what would it be?
And how does that work for like multiple people?
And you assume we'll buy into your brainwashing and just live in the palm of your hand. Honestly, that sounds absolutely revolting.
Alright, so that's your answer, Akechi-kun. How about the others?
Oh, don't tell me Sumire is going to join him.
Yoshizawa-san, allow me to ask you yet again. Which reality is it that you wish to inhabit?
I mean, the fake one is obviously nicer.
Huh?
If you so desire, you can return to your life as Sumire. But if you'd rather continue your life as Kasumi, I can grant that wish for you as well.
Dr. Maruki...
Maruki offers illusion, Phantom Thieves release warp evil intentions. Yeah, I mean, the Phantom Thieves also never altered reality in that kind of way, right? We didn't bring back people from the dead. Believe in yourself.
It's impossible.
But I mean, it's also fair to just be, like, just to have, like, different opinions about that, obviously.
I'm sorry, Senpai.
No.
I can't go back to being her.
No.
I can't be the one who led her sister to her death.
Please don't judge her.
I judge you. I still think it's not healthy for her.
This is just evidence of how painful life is for her.
And I mean, especially if you fall out of that, like, fake reality, it's going to hurt the longer you've spent time in that fake world.
You two sensed doubts forming in the reality I manifested. That's what brought you here.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue. I mean, it's also fine to explain why you think that. I don't want to, like, dismiss that. But I believe Maruki is a good guy in the same way the Phantom Thieves are. That's fine. People with the Phantom Thieves change, learn to embrace the reality of their actions and take responsibility. Maruki is just a delusion. Yeah, and it's kind of the opposite in that regard. It's not like facing reality and taking distortion away to face reality, but kind of like adding distortion to avoid reality, right? That's a good point. Kamoshida's heart was changed, not a random desire wish picked from what Maruki deemed acceptable. He still had a choice, nothing physically compelled them to confess, who just opened their heart to the pain they caused. Yeah.
But please, remember this as well. You two aren't excluded from the people that I wish to save.
And I mean, what I give you is that I agree that Maruki has really good intentions.
Come now. Won't you accept my reality for your own happiness?
Oh boy, do we have a branching game here? No, we can't actually. I find my own happiness.
No deal so far, huh?